you ever feel like you just don't have time to go to the gym and exercise? Does the thought of starting again feel daunting and intimidating? If so, you're not alone. I can totally relate to feeling like there's just not enough time to work out. And it wasn't that long ago I fell into this trap myself. After I stopped competing in bodybuilding and became a father, I got the quote-unquote Dad Bod. I never had the time nor the motivation to suffer through a 2-hour-long gym workout 6 days per week, and it didn't take long for it to show. One skipped workout would turn into a week off from the gym, and I keep telling myself, it's okay, I know what to do, and I'll start again on Monday. But Monday kept getting pushed further back. I was always too busy, too tired, or something else had come up, and I'd procrastinate starting. It's easy to justify putting off going to the gym and making time for yourself to exercise, especially when you're a busy parent, working full-time, and you've got 101 things on your to-do list. I mean, it got to the point where I didn't even recognize the fat guy looking back at me in the mirror, and my online followers started calling me out on it. So here I was, with a waistline stretching the tape to over 40 inches and a gut that stuck out further than my chest. My body didn't look anything like the former competitive bodybuilder that I used to be. And as a former athlete, I was guilty of falling into the all or nothing trap. Thinking that if I couldn't follow the perfect workout program and give it 100%, then what's the point of even doing anything at all? I had this mental block, thinking that if I never had 2 hours to go to the gym or 45 minutes for cardio, then I just didn't have time to exercise. But that's a crock of BS, because there's no minimum time limit for exercise. Doing something is always better than doing nothing. And these days, I've changed my thinking around exercise and nutrition. I've let go of the all or nothing extreme approach that so many people fall into when trying to lose weight and get in shape. And the truth is, you don't have to be perfect to make progress. These days, I tell myself that you just have to be good enough, but good enough consistently. Or another way of putting it is strive to be consistently good versus occasionally great. And that's the way most people approach their fitness, is they're occasionally great when everything is working for them, but then they fall off the bandwagon quite easily when something slips up. So we want to be consistently good regardless of the situation. And the first step to overcoming my procrastination was to give myself permission to start small. And I mean ridiculously small. And it all started with just going for a 10-minute walk. I literally just put on my sneakers and walked up the road for 5 minutes and then turned around and walked back. That's it. I mean, it was so simple, quick, and easy, yet I felt really good afterwards. And I found just the act of getting my ass out the door was the hardest part. But once I got outside and started walking, it felt good. I actually enjoyed it. I'd start with the goal of going for 10 minutes, but sometimes I'd end up going for 15, 20, or even more because it felt good to be outside. However, I told myself right from the start that I only had to go for just 10 minutes. And there were a lot of times where I literally did go for just a 10-minute walk, but about half the time it ended up being a 20-minute walk or more. Now, some people may be wondering, what's the best time to do these 10-minute walks? Should you do them fasted or fed? I want to make the most of them. And the truth is, it doesn't matter, just as long as you do them. Overthinking the details like that is one of the reasons why people procrastinate in the first place. You could do a 10-minute walk before work, do it on your lunch break, after work, or in the evening. It doesn't matter. You could go for a walk before a meal or after a meal. It really doesn't matter, just as long as you get off your butt and you do it. Anytime throughout the day when you've got 10 minutes to spare, you can get up and go for a walk. I mean, there's no need to put any strict rules around it. I mean, for example, if I had some time between work meetings or on my lunch break, or even while waiting for my son during his music lessons, I'd get outside and go for a short walk. And this was time that I'd normally just waste sitting on my arse, scrolling through social media, or just having mindless chit-chat in the break room. Doing 10-minute walks didn't take time out of my schedule because I was making better use of the little blocks of time that I already had during the day. I mean, this is so simple, yet so powerful. Taking steps to improve your health and fitness doesn't have to be overwhelming or complicated. Everyone's got 10 minutes, even you. In fact, if you're watching this video right now, then I'm willing to bet that you've been scrolling online for at least 10 minutes or more. And I challenge you to make time today to get outside for a 10-minute walk. Don't overthink it, just do it. If you got 10 minutes, don't waste it. Use it to your advantage and get up and move. It doesn't matter when you do it or how slow you are at the start, just as long as you do it. The biggest hurdle with exercise is just getting started. So if you can make it easier to start, you're more likely to actually do it. And a 10-minute walk is so small that it'll be done and over with before you know it. I mean, no excuses are required. In fact, you could have your walk done before you have time to make up an excuse. If you got a stationary bike, a treadmill, or an elliptical machine at home, you could use that for your 10-minute walks. Anything that keeps you moving for 10 minutes is good. And the big take-home message here is to let go of the mental block that a workout has to take an hour or more to be effective, because it doesn't. You'll be amazed at how doing 10-minute walks like this can compound over time and make a dramatic difference in your health and fitness. However, it's not going to be some overnight miracle. Regardless if you go for a walk today or you don't, you're still going to look the same tomorrow. But just imagine what would happen if you did at least one 10-minute walk each day for the next year. I know it doesn't sound like much, and it's not, but those little walks can make a substantial difference when they're compounded over time. And as you get into a regular routine of daily exercise, you can always expand upon it and do more. For example, maybe you'll add in a mini strength training workout along with your walks. But don't force it. Just get started today with going for a walk. As simple as it is, it's progress in the right direction. And who knows, by giving yourself permission to start off doing 10-minute walks, this could be the beginning of your own fitness and fat loss transformation, just like it was for me. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to make progress. Good enough, but good enough consistently is the secret to long-term sustainable results. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you would like to get more, make sure to subscribe to the Total Fitness Bodybuilding YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please post them in the comments below. And if this video has inspired you to get out and go for a walk today, let me know. Post it down in the comments below if you got outside for a walk or if you did any other form of exercise. Go ahead and share it and keep the conversation going.